I'm gonna go inside now because it is hot as balls out here. Hi everyone, this is Geena of Geena Loves Laurie, and I'm about to head to go see my neurologist.
So, hey, Geena, what condition have you been diagnosed with?
The condition I have is called transversemyelitis. More specifically, idiopathic transversemyelitis.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that your nerve endings, your nerve cells, have little endings called dendrites. And that's what transmits electrical signals from nerve cell to nerve cell. And what happens is those cells are covered in a sheath called myelin, which protects them. And what happens is that is known as demyelination, where the coating thins and it causes the nerve endings to get too close together and to short circuit, which causes the signals to travel improperly.
So what causes it?
Well, it can show up as a symptom of a lot of conditions, all of which I had to be tested for 7 years ago. The reason it's called idiopathic transverse myelitis in my case is because there's no known underlying cause.
Okay, how common is it?
It is not super common. Usually when it happens, it's more likely to be a symptom of something else.
So how many other people do you know that has it?
Personally, no, not really, but I mean, I know other people who have other things. I mean, I know more people with MS than I do with transverse myelitis.
That means it's pretty rare, huh?
It's pretty uncommon anyway.
I'd never heard of it before you got it. Had you ever heard of it?
I had not.
Nope, nobody had ever heard of it. So, affecting you specifically, how does it affect you?
Well, it causes numbness in my extremities. About just less than halfway down my spinal column, about where my bra strap would be, my spinal cord is actually swelled. And you can feel when if you do a test on the front here, about at that level, the sensation immediately becomes less so as you go down.
So
once you get past that line.
So how has that affected you? Well, I mean, what symptoms or whatever?
Well, my gait, as they say, is not good. My right foot drags pretty badly. My left foot's not great. My feet are mostly numb. My reflexes are off kilter.
Would you say that your leg is basically somewhat paralyzed?
My right leg is mostly useless now.
Well, how many % paralyzed would you say?
I don't know.
I mean, how much use do you get out of it?
Not a lot. I can no longer bend the knee without gravity assisting me. If I'm on my side with my leg straight out, I literally can't bend that knee without taking my left foot and hooking the ankle around the front of my my right foot and pulling it in to bend it.
So do you still have feeling in that leg?
A little. Not what you'd like.
So what do you hope to get out of your visit to the neurologist today?
Well, I hope to finally start getting recommended for physical therapy because that's something I've needed for quite some time. I've been officially disabled for about 3.5 years now, and I've been mostly sedentary in that time, and it has had catastrophic effects on most of my muscles and things like that. And it's hard to tell at this point how much of my decreased mobility is specifically because of my condition or because of atrophy. So
or increased weight gain.
Yeah, though that's not as bad as you would think, but it certainly is a factor.
I think it is.
Well,
I know you've put on a fair amount of weight.
I have put on a completely unfair amount of weight. So.
Okay, well.
Also,
Go ahead.
since my mobility scooter is on the fritz and we don't really have the money to unfritz it, I'm also going to see about getting recommended for a new mobility device because Medicare will actually cover that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Under the right circumstances. So
I think this is the right circumstances. You're pretty much bound to the house.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't go, because I don't have my mobility scooter to use right now, we do not leave the house anywhere near as much as we did before. Even when we have money to leave the house, we don't
Which matters.
It does matter.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Captain America Civil War yet. That's how bad it is.
Oh my Lord! But anyways, sees you after?
Yeah, see me after. So I am in the waiting room of my neurologist's office, and I am, well, waiting. So I hadn't been here in a while, and I gave them all my new insurance information, and we'll see where we end up. See you shortly. Okay, so I am on the table at the doctor's office. It's a little off the floor, so that was quite the epic journey to make happen. See my little... You see my feet? You can see my feet. You can't see my feet. So, just waiting now to talk to the doctor and see what we can figure out. Last time I saw him was just over 1.5 years ago. He was ordering new MRIs to see what my level of disability was at. To see if maybe I've moved on from the transversemyelitis that I've had for the past several years, possibly to full-on MS, which would kind of suck. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But I wasn't able to complete the MRI. It was supposed to be sedated, which I thought meant they knocked you out, put you in the tube, took the MRI, and then woke you back up, which is not what they actually do. They have an anesthesiologist there who just administers enough medicine to keep you just barely under the threshold of consciousness. So you're kind of almost aware of what's going on, but you don't really feel anything about it, which worked fine when it was good, but unfortunately they run out, and in my case it was right before the last MRI, and when it happened I had an anxiety episode immediately and had to get pulled out of the tube. So anyway, my doctor is here and I'm going to talk to him, and I will see you all later. So I'm back from the doctor's office at the house, about to go inside. Basically, he did some basic diagnostic stuff like he has done before. Checked my reflexes, checked sensitivity in certain areas of my body, because part of my condition is that I have decreased sensitivity. Checked muscle strength, things like that that are affected by my disability. And so what he has ordered is some more MRIs, because it's been a while. Unfortunately, the ones I tried to have 1.5 years ago, as I mentioned earlier, had an issue, and I couldn't complete them, so I'm going to go to the open MRI so that anxiety will not be an issue this time. Also, I should hear pretty soon from the physical therapy place so I can start physical therapy. That's something I've needed for quite a while, so I'm glad to be doing that. Also, we're going to get the ball rolling on getting me a new mobility device. My current mobility scooter is on the fritz, and it will cost real money to unfritz it. And since Medicare will cover the cost of a mobility device, a scooter or a power chair, I'm going to start getting that in a row as well. So overall, I think things will be good. I've been putting this off for a while. Us being so poor has not helped with copays and whatnot, but hopefully that's going to be the start of some good things for me health-wise. One downside, kind of a big one actually, I've been seeing this doctor for like just over 7 years, and for some reason he misgendered me at least twice during my time in there with the learning doctor there as well, so that was kind of annoying. I would have corrected him harder if she hadn't been there, but I didn't want to do that. I talked to the folks at the checkout when I left to let him know that that was not cool and not okay. And it makes no sense because I As many of you know, I started transition in 1993. I've never been anyone but Geena to this doctor ever. And honestly, today was like the most femme presenting I have been the entire time that I've been his patient. So I don't know what the hell was up with that. Maybe because I talked about my orchiectomy, I don't know. But that was kind of off-putting. But I don't think it was intentional or malicious, but I do need to make sure it gets fixed because that is not cool. So I'm going to go inside now because it is hot as balls out here. And I don't want to keep my car running. So I will see you all later. Don't forget to, down below, click like and subscribe. Always subscribe to the video. Please leave a comment if you have anything you want to ask me about my disability, about trans stuff. That's okay too. More than happy to answer that. And if you've had a situation where you've had a doctor, if you're transgender, and you've had a doctor or a medical practice that did not treat you correctly, or a hospital, which happens a lot, please tell your story on Facebook or on Twitter with the hashtag #TransHealthFail. New rules are coming into place under the ACA that is making mistreatment by medical practices a flat-out violation of federal law. And the more information we get out there that people do not have to put up with being mistreated, the better it will be for everyone. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.